I was looking on YouTube and looking at some tactical stuff, kind of tools that I could take with me when I go off-roading and multi-use stuff, and kind of looking at new ideas. And I saw a video about firefighters and like tactical units using breaching tools, and I saw them have a sledgehammer. It was an adjustable sledgehammer, so extended out and retracted. It had like a clamp on it. It was a 4-pound head, and I was like, man, that'd be a great tool to use for off-roading. Taking when I need to fix parts or pound stakes in the ground, something that I can use one tool to kind of like do everything I need to do. So I went online and I looked up the prices, and they want like $400 for these sledgehammers. That kind of guy that's gonna spend that kind of money on a tool. How can I do it myself? How can I make this tool super cheap and still be just as effective and look cool, right? So I think I might have found a way to do it that's gonna save myself and you guys some money. And I think I can get this thing built for under $100, under $80, depending on what you want to do. So let me show you what we're working with. All right, so check it out. This is what I came up with. This was a pry bar that I got from Harbor Freight. I think it was around 45, 50 bucks. Tempered steel, adjustable. As you can tell, I already cut the head off because I kind of started the project. But I decided to do a video on it because I haven't found anything online about it. So it's an adjustable pry bar. So that's the length right there. So it has a locking pin here, spring loaded, and it adjusts, obviously. So you push the pin, slides out. Those are the locking notches right there. And it has all those adjustments. And it locks in pretty good place, and it kind of stops at the very end. It looks almost like a baton, right? Kind of cool. Anyways, so what I thought of is I bought this for 45 bucks. I had an old fiberglass handled 4-pound hammerhead, sledgehammer, okay? And then what I did is I drilled out the handle, got all the glue out, everything, and I found some shims. These are alignment spacers for some heim joints that I used for a project. I had some extra parts laying around. These actually fit kind of close to the same diameter as the hole for the hammer. So I pressed them in, and surprisingly enough, it fit the head almost perfectly, right? I know it's, I think that's a hexagon head, and pressed those in, and it fit pretty good. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weld here on the actual bar, and then I'm gonna throw another bead around the spacer to tie everything in. I'm gonna do it on the bottom side as well. I'm gonna do it on the bottom here as well. Tie everything in. Hit it with some spray paint. Hit it with some grip tape, to make it more grippy here on the handle. Gotta throw some trusty truck bed liner on it. This stuff is the best. I love it. And let's see how it goes. I think it's gonna work. Well, let's find out. We'll do it together. We'll figure it out. So you can see right here what I'm talking about. I think the only thing that you have to really be concerned about is I would get a fiberglass head instead of a wood handled one. I mean a fiberglass handle instead of a wood handle. The wood handles are gonna have like this taper, this roll taper that goes in. It's gonna get tighter in the center, and then it's gonna flare back out on both ends, which, I mean, you could get it to work, but I think fiberglass handled sledgehammers has a straight shaft. So I would get fiberglass sledgehammer first, drill it out. I mean, you are destroying a perfectly good hammer, but for the sake of this project, I'm just to see if it works. So see how this one's straighter on the inside? There's really no taper, fiberglass handle, okay? And then you want to measure your diameter, whatever size head. It's all going to be different manufacturers, but I just got some Harbor Freight stuff. These were alignment spacers, so I cut off the tip and basically pressed them in here. You can see that one's kind of oblong, and it fit perfectly. So that one just went right in there. Has a little bit of space, but totally fine. Because I'm gonna throw a weld, and once this thing's welded up, it ain't going nowhere, obviously. So I'm gonna just want to show you that part of it. So make sure you get a fiberglass handle, because I think it has the straight center and not the tapered ends. So that's a quick tip right there. And then this, all I do is I just cut the head off, like I said before. Literally just got a grinder, cut that tip off, and then that's it. I'm gonna weld on. This is high temper steel, so I don't think this is gonna bend or break. I mean, it's designed to pry, right? And all the impact is gonna go on this head, so there's not gonna be that much of a load on this handle that's gonna exceed what it was designed for, which was prying, right? So if it doesn't work, we're gonna know, but if it does work, dude, awesome. So right here, I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna come all the way out. I'm gonna recess it just a little bit so I can get some weld inside of that. See, I'm not gonna come out here. I'm gonna just recess it just a little bit. That way there's more weld to grab onto. And then weld that inside ring, inside edge right there, and then I'm gonna come around and weld the outside. Do a second pass. Do a second pass there, so it'll be like that. Boom, second pass on the outside, and then on the inside, same thing. I'm gonna do a pass on the inside, and then do a pass on the outside, and we'll see how it goes. The only thing I'm trying to make sure is how I want this pin right here oriented. Because if I hit it here and this spring pops in, which I don't think it will, that might be a problem. So I gotta think about how I'm gonna mount this. You know, maybe like that, so it's not so straight on. Or so there's only a couple ways I could do it that way. I think sideways like that. That way, if I hit here, it's not gonna hit the pin. You know, kind of like off to the side. I think that might be the best option there. What do you think? I think that's good. All right. And I'm using a, I mean, dude, this is not anything like super fancy. I'm just using an old Lincoln welder wire feed. I'm using flux core. I'm gonna run it pretty hot, so I'm gonna run it on the D setting. I don't know if you can see that. I'm running it on D. Maybe 3 or 4. That's kind of where this thing likes to run. Like I said, it's nothing fancy, dude. This stuff is old. So let's send it. Alright, I think that's it. I hope. I have to warn you, I'm not a professional welder, okay? I am totally amateur. But I try really hard sometimes. Let's get this cleaned up. Got some splatter. It's to be expected with flux core. But you know what? I don't want it to look pretty. I don't need it to look pretty. I just need it to work. What do you think? Not the best. Not the worst. And then we clean the top up here. Whoops. You know, one-handed hits. Boom. You do short. Two-handed hits. Extend that bad boy all the way out. I think it's gonna work pretty good, actually. So there it is. I mean, I still gotta paint it and stuff, but whatever. Goobered up on the end. This side looks better. That's it. Just I'm gonna clean this up and then put some grip tape on the end. Repaint the head. Keep the rust out. Look at that. Right there. Tactical Sledgy. 4-pound head, pry bar, everything bought from Harbor Freight. You could really take a swing on this, you know. You got some nice leverage now. Got some big hits you gotta take. Got some little hits you gotta take. Boom. Let's paint it up. Oh, shake your hands. Shake, shake, do. It is under $100. Adjustable sledgehammer. Pretty much can handle, I don't know. How about you guys make one? You tell me if it's durable or not. And then I'll use this thing and give you a heads up later. See if it works or not. Maybe I could do some slow-mo hits with this thing. There you go. Cool. Thanks for watching, guys. Like and give me one of those. Shibuya.